Hi there. Okay. Hello. I need police and a forensics team to my address, please.
What do you mean? What's happened?
My friend and I got into an altercation, and I'm the only one who came out alive.
You're telling me he is definitely dead?
Yes, I'm telling you he's definitely dead.
Right, okay, Lewis, I need you to just take me back through that again. So what happened last night?
Okay. He was in a mess. I tried again.
Right, just slow down again, Lewis. I need to take...
I have a penknife in my room, adjacent to my bed. I have a chest of drawers. I had a penknife on there, folded. He picked it up, opened it, and then lost control.
Penknife on the bedside table. Breck grabbed this.
Yes.
What, in order to harm himself?
No, in order to harm me. He opened it and then lost control. In self-defense, put my left arm up to block him from stabbing me effectively. We struggled. I got him to the ground. He got up. I got the knife. Can you not interrupt me with this part?
Okay, go on.
Okay. This is being recorded anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
I grabbed the knife and I stabbed him once in the back of the neck, I believe somewhere near the brainstem. He turned around, tried to carry it on, and I don't remember exactly what happened, but the fight ended with me cutting his throat. I believe I turned around and I slashed his throat. He fell onto the bed face first. I was trying to compress the wound at that time. And
Lewis, are you still in the room where Breck is?
No.
Where are you?
Look, don't interrupt me. Just let me explain this if this is being recorded. I didn't know what to do. I don't remember what happened after that. All I know is I dropped the knife in my hallway. I stripped down and just sat in the shower.
Right, you've left the weapon in the hallway?
Yes.
And have spent how long sitting in the shower?
I don't know. Look, are the police on their way? I can hear something.
They are.
Okay, I'm going to go and do my part. Please, thank you for your help.
Right, just listen.
When a promising young student made a new friend on the internet, he was completely unaware of the fatal mistake he'd made. In the friendly town of Caterham in the Tandridge district of Surrey, England, Breck Bednar and Lauren Lefebvre welcomed their first child. It was a healthy baby boy they named Breck as a tribute to Breckenridge, Colorado, where the couple met and fell in love. 3 years later, the family grew even more when Lauren gave birth to triplets. Lauren recalled that Breck adored his siblings and spent a lot of time playing with them growing up. The warm-hearted big brother excelled in school and was popular among his peers. He was even a member of the Air Cadets with the 135 Squadron in Red Hill and regularly attended church services in his hometown. Everything seemed to be going great for a while, but then Barry and Lauren separated just 6 years after the triplets were born. While Barry moved out of the family home, he remained an active figure in his children's lives. However, there was something dark brewing under the surface of Breck's perfect exterior. Around his 14th birthday, Lauren started to notice some troubling changes in her eldest son, namely that he would isolate himself in his room and play computer games for hours on end. On top of that, his moods were wildly unpredictable, and he began neglecting the things he once found very important, like going to church and participating in sessions for the Army Training Corps. As her once vibrant and outgoing son became increasingly irritable and disobedient, Lauren knew she had to figure out what was going on. These are all classic symptoms of depression. He also had another key symptom of depression, irritability, which sometimes presents instead of the more commonly known symptoms of depressed mood or sadness. Irritability is found in the diagnostic criteria of depression for kids and adolescents, but not for adults. Then Breck started talking about an internet friend named Lewis. Lauren was familiar with the small number of friends involved in her son's gaming club, but had never heard of Lewis before. Call it mother's intuition, But Lauren just felt something was off about Lewis, even speculating that he might not be the young gamer he claimed to be online. Still, Breck's preoccupation with his new friend snowballed out of control, and before long, he was talking about him all the time and becoming more withdrawn than ever. Lauren attempted to limit Breck's communication with Lewis, but he always found ways around her restrictions. So the uneasy mother felt she had no choice but to call the Surrey police and report her concerns. She explained to the responding operator that she thought her son was being groomed by an older predator, pretending to be a young boy. At the end of the call, the operator said that officers would check out Lewis, but unfortunately that never happened, and the inquiry was closed just an hour later. On February 16, 2014, after a year of talking online, Breck finally planned a secret rendezvous with Lewis. It would be their first time meeting in person, and he was excited because Lewis had become his closest friend. Lewis had also promised Breck a bright future as the new owner of his multi-million-pound tech company. If only Breck knew the fatal mistake he was just about to make. The following day was the start of half-term, and because Breck was to be staying with his father Barry for the duration, he informed him that he'd be sleeping over at a friend's house on the night of the 16th. While Barry was happy to see his son out socializing instead of sitting in front of his computer, he had no idea that Breck actually planned to take a taxi and stay overnight more than 30 miles away in Grays. Barry waited for Breck to return home the next morning, but he never came. After multiple calls and texts went unanswered, Barry called Lauren and told her what was going on. Yet just as the pair was formulating a plan, they were struck with every parent's worst nightmare. Breck's gaming club friends had started receiving horrific text messages containing images of a bloody corpse, who they quickly realized was Breck. The photos spread like wildfire, and it didn't take long for word to reach Breck's family, with some people even reaching out to his 12-year-old triplet siblings to ask if the photos were real. A short time later, Essex police got an eerie call they would never forget.
Essex Police Emergency.
Hi there. Okay. Hello. I need police and a forensics team to my address, please.
What do you mean? What's happened?
My friend and I got into an altercation, and I'm the only one who came out alive.
Are you telling me you've killed somebody?
Yes, I am.
Right, and who am I speaking to?
My name is Lewis Daines. I'm 18 years old, and I live at 12 Greylands, Rosebery Road, Grays, Essex, Romeo Mike 175 Yankee Hotel.
Right, okay. And what's actually happened?
My friend came to stay the night with me yesterday, feeling very down, feeling suicidal. And I woke up this morning, he was in a mess. I tried to calm him down. I hugged him, then said that I was there for him. He shrugged me off.
Can you just bear with me a second? Don't tell me any more, okay? You're telling me he is definitely dead?
Yes, I'm telling you he's definitely dead.
Bear with me a second. Right, okay, Lewis, I need you to just take me back through that again. So what happened last night?
Okay. He came to stay with me because he was feeling down. I tried
What's
my
his
best.
name?
Breck. B-R-E-C-K. Bednar. B-E-D-N-E-R.
Sorry, B-R-E...
E-C-K.
Breck?
Yes.
And then his surname is?
Bednar. B-E-D-N-E-R.
Okay, so he came to stay with you.
I can explain this to the officers when they
I will just. I need to take these initial details.
I know. He came to stay with me the night. I did my best to comfort him. I woke up this morning. He was in a mess. I tried again.
Right, just slow down again, Lewis. I need to take these deep. So did you have an argument with him last night?
No, we were fine.
You were fighting?
No, we were fine. We were fine last night. We both went to sleep. I said that we were fine.
Okay, but why did he come to stay with you?
Because he was fed up with his home life.
Right, because he was fed up with his home life.
He's had a lot of problems. I've known him for a long time. He came to stay with me. I was in Thailand last week on holiday. He was in Spain on holiday.
Okay.
We both got back.
So,
we met up.
you both went to bed, and then what's happened this morning?
I woke up. He was just standing up. He was in a mess, hands on his face. I got up. I put my arms around him, and I said it was okay. He just shrugged me off and said no. I can't remember exactly what he said. He was going on about how he didn't want to go home. He was fed up with his life, and he didn't want to go.
Right,
and
okay.
I have a penknife on the side of, in my room, adjacent to my bed. I have a chest of drawers. After shaving the TV and stuff on there, I had a penknife on there, folded. He picked it up, opened it, and then lost control.
Slow down. Let me just take those details here. Penknife on the bedside table. Breck grabbed this.
Yes.
What, in order to harm himself?
No, in order to harm me. He opened it and then lost control.
To harm informant and opened it. What states he lost control.
In self-defense, put my left arm up to block him from stabbing me effectively. We struggled. I got him to the ground. He got up. I got the knife. Can you not interrupt me with this part?
Okay, go on.
Okay. This is being recorded anyway, isn't it?
Yep.
I grabbed the knife and I stabbed him once in the back of the neck, I believe somewhere near the brainstem. He turned around, he tried to carry it on, and I think I stumbled on my chest of drawers. I fell over. I got back up, backed away, and then I don't remember exactly what happened, but the fight ended with me cutting his throat. I believe I turned around and I slashed his throat. Now, he fell face first on my bed. I tried to stop the bleeding.
Yep.
He fell onto the floor.
Yep.
I couldn't stop it. His throat was properly cut.
And he's still on the floor?
Yes. He fell onto the bed face first. I was trying to compress the wound at that time. And
Lewis, are you still in the room where Breck is?
No.
Where are you?
Look, don't interrupt me. Just let me explain this if this is being recorded. I didn't know what to do. I felt like...
Right, is the house where you are and where Breck is, yeah? But you're in another room, are you?
Yes, I felt like taking my own life. I don't remember what happened after that. All I know is I dropped the knife in my hallway. I stripped down and just sat in the shower.
Right, you've left the weapon in the hallway.
Yes.
And have spent how long sitting in the shower?
I don't know. Look, are the police on their way? I can hear something.
They are.
Okay, I'm going to go and do my part. Please, thank you for your help.
Right, just listen.
Police were very suspicious of this strange account, and upon arriving at the scene, it was instantly clear that the brutal attack was one-sided with zero evidence of an altercation. That's because they found Breck's lifeless body on the floor with his ankles and wrists bound with duct tape. In addition, the 14-year-old boy had a massive laceration across his throat. Detectives found Breck's bloody clothes in a trash bag within the flat. They also uncovered a pile of encrypted electronic equipment underwater in the sink. Lauren, who tragically learned of her son's senseless murder on her birthday, later stated in an interview, "I am heartbroken and lost without my Breck, and I will never be the same. He was murdered on my birthday this year, and so much of me died as well." So who was behind this ruthless attack? Well, it was none other than Lewis. And contrary to initial beliefs, he really was a fellow young gamer. Allow me to shed some light on this unsuspecting predator. Lewis Daines was a baby-faced 18-year-old unemployed computer engineer who spent most of his time playing online games. Investigators later determined that Lewis had complete control of the specific server used by the boys in Breck's gaming club, but apparently none of them really knew him. At 16, Lewis moved out of his family home and allegedly became very isolated from the outside world. Then he created an online persona that portrayed him as a multi-millionaire and started chatting with the younger boys. While they first respected his authority, Breck's other friends grew frustrated with Lewis over time, saying he would often meet them on the group chat and kick them out of games. However, they told detectives that Breck's allegiance to him intensified the more they tried to distance themselves from Lewis. Lewis displayed several psychopathic traits. He was charming, narcissistic, and loved being in control. Muting the boys and kicking them off the games was one way he exerted his control. He was also highly intelligent. His creation of a false persona about being a multimillionaire shows that he was a pathological liar. During the 911 call, he displayed more psychopathic traits. When the 911 operator asked Lewis if his friend was definitely dead, Lewis let out a small laugh as he said yes. He had a very shallow affect and at times was condescending, telling the operator on more than one occasion not to interrupt him. It was almost as if he was enjoying himself as he recounted the murder, showing no empathy for the suffering he inflicted. He also enjoyed the power he had over the 911 operator, even hanging up on her at the end, once again showing that he was in control of the situation. Lewis was arrested on the spot following the discovery of Breck's body and taken into custody. He contended that Breck's death was an accident, but his story had significant holes. As a result, his trial date was set for November 25, 2014. However, he surprisingly changed his plea and confessed to the killing during the pre-trial hearing. During this time, prosecutors commented on the brutality of the crime, noting the steps Lewis had taken before the murder, which included buying condoms, duct tape, and syringes. It's likely that Lewis chose Breck as his victim well in advance. He saw that Breck was vulnerable and took advantage of that situation. He likely gave Breck privileges and attention that he didn't give to the other boys, making Breck feel special and more loyal to him. Lewis was good-looking, charismatic, and idolized by Breck. He spent months earning Breck's trust only to brutally kill him, achieving complete control. On January 12, 2015, Lewis Daines was handed a life sentence with a minimum term of 25 years in prison. Breck's mother said of the ruling, "No amount of years behind bars will ever change the poisonous attitude and actions of a psychotic animal who can behave this way." The Crown prosecutor also spoke to the court, saying, "The degree of planning and manipulation by Daines is shocking. When you consider the young ages of perpetrator and victim, it stands out as one of the most cruel, violent, and unusual cases we've dealt with." Lauren and Barry took legal action against both the Surrey and Essex police departments for neglecting their reports of possible grooming. Unfortunately, it didn't take long for the Independent Police Complaints Commission, IPCC, to discover that the responding operator was ill-equipped to handle such a call. Beyond not being connected with a specialist agency, police never ran a background check on Lewis Daines. If they had, they would have seen on his record that he'd been accused of assaulting another young boy in 2011. Desperate to prevent this from happening to another innocent family, Barry and Lauren established the Breck Foundation, which seeks to create a safe internet environment for minors. Their slogan urges gamers to play virtual, live real. The Bednar family may never recover from the tremendous loss, but they find a bit of solace in knowing their actions may help save another young life.